Welcome to our viewers. My name is Dominic Short, and I'm one of the co-founders of the World Business Travel Forum, which is headquartered right here in Dubai. We are back with our second edition of Leaders in Motion. Today, we are thrilled to have Mohamad Halawi as our guest. Mohamad is a highly experienced and senior expert in corporate travel, as well as traveler safety and security. More importantly, he's here today to lead the Dubai UAE chapter of the World Business Travel Forum. Welcome, Mohamad. It's great to have you here. Mohamad, if you could please start by saying a few words about yourself.
Thank you, Dominic. So my name is Mohamad Halawi. I've been in the travel and travel security industry since I was 19. So started very early. Had a very rounded career in travel, retail, holidays, marine travel, client relationship management for corporates, contact center environment. And last but not least, the role I play in managing travel and travel security for a global company.
So, with that summary of who you are, it makes us even happier to have you on board here as the lead for the Dubai chapter. So, for you, from your perspective, what is an efficient corporate travel program and why is it essential for modern business?
Very good question. Well, when we come to the elements of a corporate travel program, we must look beyond simply bookings or booking trips. We must look at this as a strategic function that helps companies control costs, ensure employee safety, and improve productivity. Now, when you look at corporate travel management, you must see it as a way in which we provide the company with clear financial benefits by enforcing their spending policies. We leverage the volume and negotiate better rates with vendors like airlines and hotels mostly. This directly impacts the bottom line. When you look at other aspects like a duty of care, there is no way to have a complete program for duty of care and manage or mitigate risk for your employees better than having a corporate travel program. And by this, we mean a capability to be able to advise travelers before they travel, how they are supposed to travel, when they're not supposed to travel, and if they have to travel, what protocols they must follow. We must have a way to ensure their safety. And last but not least, if we have to evacuate them, we evacuate them. And all this comes under the umbrella of an insurance, a travel insurance that covers the entire aspect. And the last bit I would like to mention is that the emphasis is definitely on a seamless process where employees are able to book trips seamlessly in an automated manner, and this saves time for them to focus on their core business. So you can take these three as the main pillars of a travel program.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for the overview. With this in place now, what do you consider being the biggest challenges now in corporate travel, and how can companies overcome them? What do they have to do?
Sure. So the biggest challenges in the industry today and in managing travel is to try and balance between cost control and positive traveler experience. And many times these are at different crossroads. Managing the complexity of traveling internationally with the requirements and regulations that are required. And then, last but not least, adapting to a rising importance of sustainability. It's on everybody's calendar. Everybody has commitments for sustainability. And these are the three top challenges. Now, how do we mitigate these challenges, or how do we manage these challenges? One of them, of course, in terms of balancing cost control, you must have a policy that mirrors the requirements, that has been benchmarked against your competition, that that has your employees' input. Um, your practices must make sense to them. You must communicate to them the value of travel and how it hits the bottom line. In terms of traveler experience, this is where you have your vendors, and the TMC is your top, let's say, vendor that must be able to provide your travelers with timely data or timely advice before they travel, what regulations are there, what paperwork is required before they do, and when they come back, maybe there's some tax implications that you must look out for. The third challenge in terms of sustainability, you must look at sustainability as three pillars. So the first pillar is don't travel. The best way to be more sustainable is to avoid traveling. If you have to travel, then the next pillar is travel smart or travel right. So choose, trains instead of flights. Choose airplanes or airlines that have better sustainability programs, etc. And the last but not least, how do you compensate? Do you offset? Do you inset, which means building something inside the company that reduces emissions, or do you buy SAF or sustainable aviation fuel? As a company, you must have that in your radar to buy sustainable aviation fuel. And recently, Dubai has been taking a leading seat on this. So it's the best place to really talk about sustainable aviation fuel.
Thank you. A very good point. I mean, don't travel. I've just said, and I always say, there's no business without business travel. So we need to be very careful about how we can make business travel smart and green and future-proof. Wonderful. Thank you. So, what do you see in change in the role of a business traveler over the recent years, and how do you think companies should respond to the needs of their business travelers when they're out on the road?
Sure. So today's business traveler is much more savvy in terms of travel than they used to be. They're more discerning. They know the industry. They have a lot of sources for data. They can find out a lot of details. So one thing that definitely is there is that the travelers today expect seamless, personalized experiences that mirror personal travel. I'm sure all of us have booked some personal travel here and there, and we know how easy that is. Ultimately, they need a user-friendly technology, flexible options, and at the same time, the program needs to respect their well-being and duty of care, wellness, etc. And how companies need to look after this, I think we need to move away from a rigid one size fits all approach. I think we need to look at policy guidelines and ensure they mirror what our travelers need. I think travelers need to have their input in our policies. I think we need to use the technology to the best of its capability. With AI, there are companies out there which you can just type your message, and that message gets translated to a TMC who makes your booking free language. There are apps that enable you to make bookings, expense claims. All these are evolving very quickly, and the traveler expects us to provide them the best of the technology, mixed with the best policy that mirrors their accepted norm, and at the same time looks after their wellness and fatigue. So we need to put this into perspective and ensure our program is all inclusive and comprehensive enough for them to be convinced and happy with it.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for this summary, Mohammed. This now concludes our second edition of Leaders in Motion. We're very, very happy to have you on board, and we are looking forward to building the Dubai chapter with you going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dominic.